Hi there, Cosmic Family. My name is Yahlial in this incarnation. Today, I wanted to talk about limitations, patterns, and blocks and how to change them. And I think the most important part about this is we don't have to cut anything off. This is about redirect our energy because every time we are trying to suppress something, it produces the contrary result. So every time that a limitation is presenting to ourselves in our external world, we know that that is linked with our inner world. So that limitation that life is presenting us is linked with an area of our life that is in an overflowing energy. There's an imbalance. So because we couldn't put the limit ourselves, life is doing that job for us. For example, let's suppose that life is presenting us a moment of solitude. So I don't like it, I am resisting it, but if I see that moment from other perspective, it is because maybe life want me to reconnect with myself and to put more attention to what is happening inside of me. And that's why I'm not finding people to connect with, and that's not something that is bad, and doesn't mean, sorry, that it is going to last forever. Okay, other example, I talked a lot about diseases and illnesses, and for example, if my legs are aching, I already told you that diseases are linked with emotions that we didn't manage in a moment, so they were like crystallized and they become an illness. So my legs are aching. I can go to a biodecodificator. I don't know if that's the word, but the legs are linked with the advancement in our journey, in our path. So maybe I'm having trouble with that, and that's why my legs are showing me that. Uh, and I practice this all the time. I mean, every time I have a symptom of something, I just look for the emotion and the symptom disappears immediately, almost immediately. So other example could be that, I don't know, I feel mistreated by the people in the street or at my work or in whatever place you imagine, and that affects me because that's how the mirror law operates. So if I am taking accountability of that, maybe I'm going to see that I am behaving that way with myself. So that's how we start to change limitations, by understanding what life is trying to say to us and to pay attention to that overflowing state in that area of our life. So if, for example, we are trying to change a pattern, let's suppose that every time I make a mistake, I feel a lot of guilty. And the pattern could be that I punish myself and I start this negative dialogue. So instead of doing the same thing that I always do, I put that energy to change my dialogue and say to me, okay, it's very good that you made a mistake because you're learning something about this. And instead of punishing myself, I do, on the contrary, something that is very good, cooking a good meal or doing something that I really like, just to give me a prize for understanding that I am learning something about that mistake. This is I'm supposing. You can redirect the energy however you want it. So for example, if I have other pattern with people that when we are discussing something and I get angry, I apply the silence treatment to those people to punish them, and it's difficult for me to change that pattern. Okay, maybe I won't be able to change it at the first moment, but the first times I could ask for a space. I need a space, and maybe we can talk about this later. So we have to try new things in order to change those patterns, but it's not about stop doing that because it won't function that way. Um, Other example could be if I am a person that I have a lot of worries when I am about to sleep, and many times our brain choose that moment. So if I know that I am repeating this pattern every day, maybe I can do some act of, I can write all the things that are worrying me in a paper and just throw it in the garbage before I'm going to sleep. Um, just to imagine something that we can do with that energy. Or if I am a person that every time that something ends I am sinking in sadness and it's very difficult for me to move on, maybe I can put that energy in create something and transform my emotions. It doesn't matter if I am not a good writer or a good painter or a good musician, but just to put that energy in something that is creative and that helps me to channel those emotions without judging me, you know. Other example that I could put here could be that, let's suppose that I don't think that I am a creative person, but this never is like this. Every person could actually contact with their creativity, but it happens many times that when we have an idea, we're telling ourselves that the idea it's not good, so we are not putting it on practice. And I already told you in a video that how when we are having an idea and that idea causes enthusiasm for us, it is because the idea is coming from like the divine. And every time we are not doing anything about that idea, we are starting to block that channel because there's no function in keep descending ideas. So there's other things that we could call blockages, and these things are, more deep rooted. Many times patterns could be that way too. So for example, if I have a big trouble to connect with sustenance in my life, or many people call it abundance, but sustenance is like something that is infinite, and every time we are aligned to our purpose, this is totally given. So when we have trouble to do this, and many times it is linked with our relationship with our mother. So that's where we have to pay attention to. Or for example, if I am having trouble with recognition, I don't feel that people appreciate my work enough. Well, that's linked with our father, so we have to pay attention to the relationship we had with him, and to understand where is this blockage rooted. So this will take, of course, patience, perseverance, discipline, time, and we are practicing here. We are not here, to solve things from day to night. We are practicing and we are connecting more to ourselves, because everything is actually inside. But many times we are looking for things on the outside because we are not taking accountability that we are already whole. So thank you, everybody. I'm going to end the video here. See you tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.